Okay, Dad, tough question.
Yes.
And you can skirt the answer if you want to, but is there a hidden treasure that the Masons hid back from Egyptian times in somewhere hiding in the United States or something, 12 stories down underneath some church? That was in a movie.
Oh,
There was a movie that came out a couple of years ago called National Treasure, and it bases itself on a lot of quote-unquote Mason mythology.
Oh, yeah.
And in the end, it's this huge, vast room of treasure. Seeing your reaction on your face, I'm getting the sense that it's probably not true.
well, we have, some of these cities, and they have temples that are really, where they need is something else again.
Mm.
But,
And there are no female master masons, right?
no. That's
Because
in
last...
the beginning, when God created the heaven and earth, no. No, they were in some of those, like France, and, France you expect anything. But no reflection on the French people. But, no, there were Masons, or Lady Masons, but yeah, once they got over here, most of you Masons that started this country, they were made Masons because of the British soldiers who came over here. Most of the soldiers were Masons, so it just came right along here. But,
So when you look now, knowing that a lot of Masons were our founding fathers of our country,
right.
George Washington being the most prominent one, when you look at our currency, the dollar bills and the things that we had, not maybe the new modern ones, but the original ones that we had for most of my growing up years, when you look at that money, are you seeing Masonic symbols on there, the pyramid and the all-knowing eye and stuff like that?
All-knowing eye is something, like as far as the other stuff. And then they got a picture of George Washington, got his picture on it.
Yeah.
And the same with all the other important bills you get, there's always somebody that was, but you have to realize that in this country, in the beginning, it was Masonry that said a lot of the things that we do today. I'm not looking for a pat on the shoulder, but that's the way it is. Those guys knew what had to be, what they wanted, and that's the way it grew. And you take, even when the president gets sworn in or any office, they have an oath they have to take. Well, if you went to a Masonic meeting, it's not too far away.
Mm-hmm.
I'll put it that way.
Yeah.
But the thing is, some people, all right, I got a ring on it, you bought it for me. I had another one before that. Just showing somebody going on there and showing the guys doesn't mean that he's going to do anything for you. If you go in Masonry, I always try to tell these new guys when they come in, look, you're here because you wanted to join, and you're going to meet other people that you would never have met before in my state. People know me from here to Timbuktu,
Mm-hmm.
as far as Massachusetts are concerned. Not that I'm George Washington or anything, but I'm known. It don't bother me. I don't put it in front of me and say, bow down, this is Wally. They all say, Wally, sit down.
And of course, we asked you this in the car one time when we were going down to the Cape one time, and I remember what you said at that time, but being a Mason isn't going to get you to heaven. It's your belief in Jesus Christ that's going to get you to heaven.
Right. That's right. Yeah. You can do it. You can join the Scottish Rite, you can do the New York Rite, which I belong to both sets. Mm. It's just that I liked it.
Yeah. And being in your Masonic, in all the different Masonic lodges and stuff like that, don't they always encourage you to maintain your relationship with your church?
Yeah, church goes first. If you go to church regularly, if you don't, that's your choice. But everybody kids me about, well, where are you going today? Oh, you're all dressed up, must be Sunday. They know I'm going to church. I just feel it's my job. As long as Carl Anderson will take me, I'll go.
Mhm.
Can't do it on my own anymore. And he's very good about it. He gets here and brings me, and then we have a little refreshment after, and then he brings us back.
Mhm.
So, I have no problem. I don't go to a lot of other programs in the church. I never have. I don't know, I just never got, well, if I'm going into one thing, I can't be going to the other. I don't know, I mean, but I supported the church, and I still do.
Well, you did. And our church, when we were growing up, our church wasn't one to have a lot of social events anyway.
Now,
You know?
Yeah, they're trying to do more now, where really, we had rally day Sunday, geez, nobody there, nobody. I don't know what we're gonna do. A little concerned. It's, no young people coming in. Where are the young people going? I don't know what to say.
And well, you say the same thing about the Masonic organizations too, right?
Yeah,
Especially
right, yeah,
Eastern
it's,
Star and...
All right, yet you see in some places where they are taking candidates in like crazy. But in order to take them in, you can show them what they have to learn. It's not like going to a social club. You gotta, when you join the Mason, you gotta learn something. Some of them I don't think they understand that.
Mhm.
Not that it's that important, but they're trying to make it a little easier for these guys that are coming in, that they're not, and don't leave them sitting in the corner. A guy comes in, a new guy, my buddies are all over here, I'm sitting here with them, and this poor guy's sitting by himself. That's not fair.
So now you have 4 great-grandchildren who are little, but supposing somewhere down the road you're not around anymore, we have this video. What would there be one thing, one piece of advice, one thing you'd want to tell them?
Oh, boy. Just be truthful to what you're doing, and don't be doing a lot of dopey things. I don't know if that's the best way to say it, but no, it's you got to live your own life, but you got to listen when you're growing up. Once you get to be a certain age, then you become the head honcho of your own life, and you've got to try to live it that way. And I'm not saying I'm a saint, but I'm not a sinner all the time either.
Mhm.